Hi, I'm Brad with fitness-equipment-source.com, one of the contributors. We're here at Yowza Fitness today in Fort Myers, Florida, having a great time reviewing fitness equipment, ellipticals, treadmills, so definitely check out other videos if you haven't already. So the machine that I'll be talking to you about at present is the Navarre Elite. It's going to be similar to the Miami, which we reviewed earlier. I love the Miami machine. A lot of similar features as the Miami. The main difference being a few $100 less. Same technologies, which we'll get into in just a moment, but you do not have the cardio core patented feature on the Navarre. So if you're looking for a more conventional style elliptical with the handles, and it does have the cardio sure, which goes up and down, so the Navarre would definitely be the one of choice on that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. This is equipped with the My Live Lite application. And what that means, guys, is so I've just downloaded an app quickly on the iPad. I could step on the scales, by the way, which is provided with your machine. Really cool feature. It synchronizes with my iPad on the app. Step up onto the machine. All right, so if you're a person that sort of needs motivation and likes to track your progress, track your calories, what you've burned, those type things, this would be a good machine to do that. The application will actually synchronize with the machine, and it will provide a customized workout for me based on my height, my weight, my goals, my blood pressure. So it takes into account a lot of factors, and we can do that on a daily basis. So I'm going to just lay this to aside. You could check out some more of our videos for more information on the My Live Lite application, but it does work well. So let's just get right into the good stuff. Now, my personal preference, and so when I say personal preference, guys, that just means an opinion. Everyone has one. I personally like to exercise on the elliptical. I have some issues with my lower back, and when I run on a treadmill, which I do sometimes at our gym, if I'm not careful though, I can really agitate that area in the lower back. So the benefit of the elliptical machine is less impact, less stress on your lower extremities, those joints and knees, and of course that lower back if you're a person like me that was blessed with an unfortunate back issue. So I like the elliptical. Now, when it comes to ellipticals, there's a few different styles to consider. As we pointed out on the Miami earlier, this is a rear drive machine. I personally like the rear drive. Your other choice would be a front drive. Rear drive, to me, it does form a more natural elliptical pattern. So the way that just feels more natural as I'm going. That's just the benefit of the rear drive. You also eliminate these rails on the back. So a front drive machine is going to have the weight and everything in the front. You're going to have the rails that run down the back. So it's just more working parts, more things to make noise and maintain. So I do like the benefit of having the rear drive. Another cool feature, the technicians in the back were kind enough to sort of pull the covers off and let us see the nuts and bolts, so to speak, if you will, on one of these machines earlier, and I was really impressed. So the size of the flywheel was more than adequate. I think it was around 17 or 18 pounds on this machine. Don't quote me on that, but that's close. The other thing, too, that was impressive was the mechanism used to set the resistance. So it's actually an electromagnetic system, has electromagnets, and if I'd like to tighten up the tension or the resistance so that I have to work out harder and produce more sweat, burn more calories, I simply hit the button to go up. I love this machine. You just jump right on and press start and go to it. So I can just hit the button to increase that resistance. There's no noise whatsoever. Nothing moves. It's all done through an electromagnet. I don't know if you guys can pick up the silence in the room, but there is absolutely no noise whatsoever with this machine. Now, I'm a guy that I'm probably a little weird. My wife says I'm a lot weird, but anyway, I definitely don't like to crawl on a machine where I have a lot of clanking, you know, the ones where the pedal clink, clink, clink. It's running up and down the rail. So I love the solidness of this machine, and I also like the quietness and the smoothness of it. Now, as I mentioned, I do like ellipticals. So I've been on quite a few machines over the years. I spent a lot of time on those at the gym. One of the things that I've noticed on various types of equipment is as I'm exercising, and I'll spend 30 minutes to an hour on a machine, what happens is the majority of the equipment out there, the pedal is in a fixed position, okay? So it may be tipped slightly forward like so, but it doesn't give me the flexibility of moving back and forth. And what ends up happening, I'll stand on my tiptoes, so my heel goes up, my heel goes up, my heel goes up. When that happens over a period of 30 minutes to an hour, my toes actually go to sleep, which is quite annoying. So while I'm exercising, you know, you sort of get that numbness in your feet. Now, the designers at Yowza have gone the extra mile with their engineering, and they've come up with a pedal that I've not seen anywhere else on another piece of equipment. So I've been really happy on these machines and just quite excited. Check that out. So as the pressure goes on my toe, the pedal flexes forward, and as the pressure goes on my heel, the pedal will actually flex backwards. So it follows the natural inclination of my foot as I'm, you know, suspended in midair doing this elliptical pattern and exercising. And it does have some nice rubber cushion built directly into the pedal. As a matter of fact, one of the machines that I use at our local gym, it just has a piece of hardened plastic that I stand on. So, you know, you sort of think, hey, why in the world doesn't everyone do things like that? Well, I can't tell you, but what I can say is that Yowza does. So I'm very happy to have the opportunity to be on this equipment. Now, the stride length on this machine, and I didn't write it down, but I think it's significantly more than what it is on some of the others, perhaps even in the 30-inch range. So check the specs on that, don't quote me, but that is something that I noticed when changing the incline level. It affects that stride length, so I like that flexibility. Now, I mentioned on the Miami machine, which we've been on already, is cardio core. Cardio core means you can go back and forth and work this upper body. You can still do that with the Cardio Sure. Different spin, it moves in a pattern that you may be more accustomed to with the handlebars going back and forth. So I like that. It has all the same technology, and of course, if you have problems with your wrist, maybe a previous injury or something, you also have the flexibility of holding on to, you know, these knobs on the side. Yeah, that feels really nice. It's just another area that you can grasp onto, and then rather than, you know, trying to pedal everything with your feet and with your legs. So thank you, Mark. Mark's telling me we've got a 19-inch to 30-inch on the stride and 0% to 60% on the incline. I really appreciate that. I knew I had seen that 30 somewhere. So, and that is huge. That's a nice stride length. Some of the other machines I think are limited to only 24. So if you're a guy like me that really likes to have, you know, that extra flexibility, that's something that you'll definitely notice on this machine. Now, if we look at just some of the cool features and just move away from talking about the benefits of an elliptical, this thing is loaded to the max with features. So I've got a fan here, and I'm going to clip that on just because it's a little stuffy up this high, and that feels great. Yeah, 3 different speeds. Does a decent job. Okay, volume control. This is equipped with Fit Sound, which is a technology exclusive to Yowza. Fit Sound is, and what that means is if you have a Bluetooth enabled device such as an Android or an iPhone or a pad or anything like that, and you want to play some music, you can actually do that through the sound system or the speakers on the machine. Okay, so I really like that. If you don't have the Bluetooth capability, it's really not an issue. Just use the audio input, which is standard on this machine. And by the way, if you are not interested in using, it has a lot of preset applications in here already, so you could browse through those, or you can use a manual mode. Once you get started, if you'd like to just have a distraction, pop in a movie on your iPad from Netflix, what have you, really cool place to, you know, put the pad up there to watch a movie, and you even have a USB charger, so you don't have to worry about your battery going dead while you're exercising. Now, I hadn't really noticed this before, but on one of the other machines Rachel was on earlier, she pointed out, hey, you can even talk on the telephone. So if you're connected via Bluetooth, all right, and your telephone rings, you don't actually have to stop, answer the phone. You can just keep right on going. That phone message comes through right on the speakers, and so you don't have to break your exercise in order to carry on that conversation. Okay, I think that about covers it on this machine. Convenient water bottle holder. It's flexible, so if you have a different size bottle, I think it's going to conform to that quite well. No issues at all. And one more thing that really, have some music playing.
I'm checking you.
Oh,
That's that Fit Sound.
yeah. So Mark, who is the CEO of Yowza, say hi to the camera, Mark.
Hello, Rachel.
Yep.
Hello, Brad. How
So,
are you?
doing well, Mark. So Mark has actually jumped in. Let's see if we can hear this on the, I'm going to take this off. He's jumped in on our conversation on Bluetooth, and he's over there, he's dancing right now, playing sound through my speakers. So, awesome. So you see how that works, and he's way over there and able to do this. So that's really cool. One other thing that really impressed me about this machine is the warranty. And if memory serves me correctly, it's 7 years parts on that. And that's just one of the, you just don't see warranties that long, guys, in this industry. So, all right, enough. I'm excited about this. As you can see, we're at Yowza. I love the colors. I love the name. Makes me smile every time I say Yowza. Check us out more at www.fitness-equipment-source.com. Thanks so much.